So you are 40 weeks pregnant and you've reached your due date, and you are probably watching this looking out for every single sign and symptom, but the harsh truth is that only 5% of babies are born on their actual due date, which is a horrible thing to think about, but you may have just a tiny wait left just yet. So what is this cheeky little baby of yours up to? Well, textbooks say that your baby should be weighing in at around 7.5 pounds now, which obviously can vary from baby to baby, and lengthwise they are measuring in at around 51 centimeters, which is roughly the same as last week. And by this point your baby is now the size of a watermelon, and it probably feels like it. I feel your pain, but really they're just the size of a baby, and not much is going to change now aside from a little bit of extra chub if they do go overdue. Now, speaking of being overdue, they are most definitely ready to meet you now, but your due date might be slightly off, or your cycles might be slightly different than what you've expected them to be, or perhaps baby is just not quite ready to leave that cozy little womb of yours just yet. So let's try and make it easier on you and look at some real scan footage for week 40. It might help a little, and at least you can imagine what your little bundle in there looks like. Now, we talked about baby, but what about you? How are you feeling, and what is being a massive 40 weeks pregnant really like? Well, here at Channel Mum, we're comparing the textbook versus the truth with a little help from some expectant mums just like you. So I can speak from experience with not one but 2 overdue babies, and when that due date comes and goes it can get really frustrating, and the messages from friends and family start to appear, and you go for a nap and you wake up to find 5 messages of "you're quiet, are you in labour?" and it can get really emotionally exhausting and quite annoying sometimes too, can't it? Our best advice, speaking from experience, is to fill these final few days with things that you really enjoy doing and things that make you happy. You've probably been prepared for this baby for a few weeks now, so there probably isn't much left to do. So if you do have the energy, you could cook up a few meals for the freezer, or nip to the shops and get a few essentials in. And if you do need any meal ideas or meal plans, then head over to Channel Mum, because we've got loads of help there for you. We'll leave a link down below as always. Or why not go out for a lunch with a friend, or go to the cinema and watch a film with your other half? I mean, it sounds really bad to say, but do all of the things you might not get a chance to do once baby is here. And that includes sleep. Now, if you're up for a wee a few times a night, that's your body preparing you for the sleepless nights to come. And it sounds awful, but parents do go on and on about sleep for a reason, because you really do miss it in those early days. But that said, it does get better, I promise. And now it's time to celebrate those gorgeous due date 40-week baby bumps. This is it. Now I'm actually feeling really crampy, so you never know.
So this is my bump. It may well be the last time that you see it.
But I am so ready to have this baby.
So what else can you expect? Well, here at Channel Mum, we've got tons of vlogs for every week of pregnancy from other mums who are at the same stage as you are right now. So let's take a look and see what they had to say about being 40 weeks. I actually had a midwife appointment today and I had a sweep. Now, I'm not going to get overly excited because I believe that 24% of sweeps work.
I've still got that really like stretched muscle, as if it's just tearing feeling at the front of my private area.
I'm just feeling quite massive now and really low. You can even see through the dress, like my belly button has like properly popped.
I just never ever thought I'd get to 40 weeks. I got to 39 with Lila, and I kind of felt like I've been overdue ever since with this baby. So I feel like I've been overdue for a week, even though technically I'm only overdue as of tomorrow. I have been having loads and loads of early labour pains. I couldn't even sit, I was just on my ball, kind of like my ball was here, and I was just going like this off it, because that was the only way I was comfortable. So I was like, oh, maybe things are happening, but then they just stop again. This morning
I was totally fine, and then I had a contraction about 11 o'clock-ish while I was in the kitchen making the kids snack, which was really uncomfortable. Same as last night, really painful.
And finally, it's time to get honest with the channel mum, the good, the bad, and the ugly of being 40 weeks pregnant. The good, you made it to your due date, which is always a nice feeling, and you can actually say that your baby will come at any time now. They really will, it's not long left to wait. The bad, now you have to get your head around potentially being overdue, and that can be quite hard sometimes, especially when you've been counting down to this really special date that you thought was going to be your baby's birthday, and now it's just, well, it's just another date, isn't it? And the ugly, the membrane sweep. Nothing quite says overdue like a midwife with her hand up you trying to stretch your cervix, does it? And this is usually the first step that midwives take to try and induce labour. So what happens during a sweep? Well, during an internal examination, your midwife or doctor will sweep their fingers around the entrance of your cervix. This should separate the membranes of your amniotic sac from the entrance of your cervix, and in turn release hormones that should kickstart your labour. It's over quickly and it doesn't necessarily hurt as such, but it is quite uncomfortable and you may experience some spotting afterwards. But the important question is, does it work? Well, for some of us I think it does, because I actually had a sweep with my second and I had it on the late afternoon of my due date, and I actually went into labour 2 days later at 1 o'clock in the morning, and she was born a few hours later, so I would say yeah, it does. So as always, we hope you've enjoyed watching our textbook versus the truth about being 40 weeks pregnant. We would absolutely love to hear how you're doing and whether you've got any telltale signs that it might be that special day soon, but we'll wish you all the luck in the world. And if you'd like something to watch after this, then why not check out all the other vlogs over on Channel Mum from other mums who are also 40 weeks pregnant right now. We will leave the link down below for you as always. Now before I go, I just want to say that Channel Mum is here to help you on every step of your journey with a newborn, so you can think of us as your little mum village. Whatever help or support you need, we've very likely got a video on the exact thing that you were wondering about. So whether that's sleep tips or help with your breast or bottle feeding journey, or helpful videos from other mums with newborns, or even monthly baby updates, we've hopefully got it all covered for you. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing. And that's it from us here at Channel Mum. So we will maybe see you next week for week 41, but fingers crossed we don't and you have that baby very soon. Good luck and thanks for watching.